Yo, BC bringing the business, man. How about them Pittsburgh Steelers, man? How about them Pittsburgh Steelers? Right now sitting in first place in the AFC North, 7-2 record. Just beat the Washington Redskins yesterday by a point, 28-27. Now I just want to say this, right? I'm not a Russell Wilson fan. I used to think he was cool when he was in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? For a while he was cool, but then I just soured on him. You know what I'm saying, over the years or whatever like that. So I think that them Pittsburgh Steelers picking up Russell Wilson was a great pickup. Also, picking up Justin Field was a great move. Both of those was two great moves by Tomlin and the Steelers organization, right? Because over the last few years, first of all, we held on to Big Ben too long. Held on to Big Ben too long. And that's why I hated, like last year, he had the nerve to kind of like criticize Mike Tomlin. And one of the reasons that the organization was, you know what I'm saying, in a bad spot for a couple years was because we held on to you too long. Should have been moved on. And I love Big Ben. Like, you was a man, you was a joy to watch. I love you as our quarterback or whatever like that. But right is right, wrong is wrong. Held on to Big Ben too long. Big Ben should have been gone before they finally made the move. But anyway, the team took the time to build a team, man. Get the defense together, get the offensive line together. You know what I'm saying? You drafted Najee, Jerry Porter with that pick that they sent to Chicago for Claypool, Fitzpatrick, another Bama boy, road tide. You know what I'm saying? So it took the time to build a team. So now at that point, it was just like, damn, we're just a quarterback away. Last year was brutal to watch with Mitchell Trubisky and Pickett, Kenny Pickett. That was brutal to watch. And I know Rudolph was there, you know what I'm saying, but he wasn't the answer either. So the team was ready. Only thing he needed was a quarterback. And so I think that's the type of situation that Russell Wilson thrives in. You know what I'm saying? Because I think that that's what he did in Seattle. I think Russell Wilson is a game manager. I think he's a very good game manager, but I think he's a game manager. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you put Russell Wilson in a situation where everything else is around him ready, you're going to get a very good ball player. And I think that that's what we're seeing right now in Pittsburgh. I think that everything else is ready. Everything else is all together. So now you just add a Russell Wilson, right? Same thing. That's why Justin Fields was able to thrive in that situation. Justin Fields led us to a 4-2 record. You know what I'm saying? Should have been 5-1. Shouldn't have lost to the Cowboys, but that's cool. But it should have been a 5-1 record. But at the same time, I agree with Tomlin's move to go with Russell Wilson, and I agree at the time when he was going to at the time that he did it. I agree with the move. I think that Justin Fields, as good of a football player as he is, and I see, some improvement with him. And, again, I'm not mad at him. I you know what I'm saying? I thank him for coming in and, plugging in right there and being a decent quarterback for us for the first 6 games of the year. But Russell Wilson can just make throws that Fields can't make. You know what I'm saying? The offense went up like 10 points when you added a Russell Wilson in there. So again, I think this is the type of situation that Russell Wilson thrives in. I think if it's some holes and stuff like that, he's gonna struggle. You know what I'm saying, in those type of situations. But I think if you put him in a ready-made situation, I think this is what you're gonna see. And people would probably be like, duh. But yeah, I watched Aaron Rodgers for years win. When I say win, obviously he only won 1 championship, but have that Green Bay team in the mix annually. Even when he was missing pieces, even when guys went down with injuries. I seen him. I remember a few years back when he didn't even have they were so injured that they didn't even have a running back on the roster. And I can't recall his name right now, but they ended up having to put a receiver in the backfield. You know what I'm saying? And Aaron Rodgers was winning games with that type of situation. Patrick Mahomes, you know what I'm saying? It's like plug and play with him with the receivers and the running backs. You know what I'm saying? He's that good. I don't think Russell Wilson is that good. I think Russell Wilson has to be in a situation that's already ready. And that's fine because right now, you know what I'm saying, even when we, because some of my guys are Russell Wilson supporters and I have not been, but when they say we're going to go get him, I was with the move. You know what I'm saying? Because, if you're not going to draft a successor to, like I say, to Big Ben yet, Kenny Pickett wasn't that. So if you're not, until we get another one, those two quarterback moves was huge. Picking up Fields and picking up Russell Wilson. So I'm glad first of all that we picked him up, and I'm glad that the move was made. I don't think that we will be quite where we are right now if we would have kept Justin Fields in it. And there's no knock to Justin. Justin did his job at the beginning of the year. He led us to victories. And he's not a bad backup to have. So, God forbid something happened to Russell Wilson, we still have a decent backup. So I think those moves were made were some good moves. And if you feel that Justin Fields can keep developing and end up being the quarterback for the future, Russell Wilson is probably a good quarterback for him to learn behind. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not mad at the move at all. And Tomlin, great move when you made the move. Great move to make the move, period, even though you were, even though you were winning. You know what I'm saying? And that shows you the greatness of Mike Tomlin, man. I got a buddy that been calling for his head for the last 5 years. Why? You know what I'm saying? That man is a damn good coach, one of the best coaches in the NFL. Them people ain't crazy. Them people ain't keep paying that man for nothing. You know what I'm saying? People, I throw out there the man got a winning record every year. Man, so what? That's hard to do, bro. There's so many people, there's so many coaches that's been in and out these situations because they couldn't have winning records. Now I know the franchise expectation is championships. I get it. I'm one of them with that expectation. But at the same time, that's everybody's expectation. And how many people fall short of that? You know what I'm saying? How many people and people act like Tomlin ain't got one. So the man got him one. Do I want him to get back? Of course. Hopefully this our year right here, man. It's man. I know we got to go through Kansas City, Buffalo, all the teams in the AFC. We got a tough one next week with Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. But at least Tomlin putting us in a position to win and putting us in a position to compete for that type of stuff. And the organization is taking the time to build a team the right way. You know what I'm saying? I obviously grew up in Chicago, grew up a Bears fan. I always liked the Bears and Pittsburgh. But growing up a Bears fan, we fumble the bag year after year after year when it comes to building the organization and putting a competitive team out on the field. And that's not really what you see in Pittsburgh. If we have a bad year, man, we just fell on bad times, or we actually rebuilding, and in a few years we gonna be back up here. You know what I'm saying? The Bears in rebuild mode every year and don't seem to be getting no better. That's not the case with Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? So I trust Tomlin. I trust what they're doing with the organization. And even if Russell Wilson or Justin Fields are not the guys, I trust the organization enough to find that guy. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on the Pittsburgh Steelers, man. Right now, like I said, we're number one in the AFC North, looking to stay that way. We got a tough one against Baltimore coming up. Baltimore's defense ain't the same as it usually is, and obviously I got my brother, and some other people that's Baltimore fans that'll say that But also, I actually had a defense for the fantasy, and they don't be giving me shit for real. They give me something, but that ain't that same Baltimore defense. So if we can put that ball in the air and run on them and kind of contain Lamar Jackson, because you're not gonna stop him. So we can kind of contain Lamar Jackson. I think we got a great chance of being 8-2. Right, got a good chance of being 8-2. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see how everything works out this upcoming week, man. We're gonna come prepared, and you already know that the Baltimore and Pittsburgh rivalry is a tough one, man. Like, you already know them games are bananas, man. And you know when Troy and them was there, Ray Lewis and them was there, and all that. A lot of times you'll have low scoring games, but them be the best low scoring games you can get, man. Because even though they're not high scoring or whatever, they very entertaining, and them defenses is out there playing good ball, and out there, and the offense is out there running that ball, and even Big Ben, you know what I'm saying, was obviously out there showing out, man. So Flacco, so them was some big them was some huge games. So I expect that rivalry and stuff like that to continue. So, still curtain, baby. Business.